Hello friends, I am Kanchan from Akulmek Technologies and you are welcome to Top Brass. Today we have Sitesh Srivastav who has finally, his quarantine is ended yesterday, and I think he's one of the happiest man on this earth because now he can move around and meet all family members whom he was missing for long. And so before I say more, I would like to welcome Sitesh. Sitesh, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Kanchan, thank you. Good day to you. And of course, now I feel like a free bird, but free bird with caution because the pandemic has still not gone, Kanchan. And through our show, we have to remind people yes, we need to now understand the responsibilities of being free. Social distancing, masks, having a proper sanitization at wherever we go, whatever we touch. We need to do all of that. And that's how I am now taking a baby steps in India. Let's start.
Yes, as you know, viewers, that Sitesh has a deep interest in corporate training and he had been training IT professionals and marketing professionals. And he's also closely related to broadcasting, radio broadcasting. And you know that we had been discussing about Nepal and India-Nepal relationship. So today we have taken a break from a serious topic and we thought let's talk about the places where you and me and of course Sitesh can visit in Nepal. So I think Sitesh, there's one which instantly come into mind is Janakpuri, which is said to be birthplace of Sita Ji. Sita Ji from Ramayana, you know about Sita Ji and Ram union and whole story. But you know that this city is also called as a city of pond. So there are a lot of beautiful ponds. A part of this, we have Pashupati temple, where a lot of Indian every year visit and pay their respect to Shiva. So, do you know about all these tourist places, interesting places in Nepal?
Thank you for reminding Kanchan. As I told you earlier, I have stayed almost 10 to 12 years near Nepal border towns, and therefore I have visited Nepal several times, and I can't even count. And I have seen the beauty of its people, its culture, its life, its lifestyles, and food, culinary, and I have enjoyed Nepal a lot. Talking about Janakpuri, yes, I remember I have been to Janakpuri. Probably I was very small at that point of time, but it was a divine feeling of just imagining the birth of Sita in that land. And apart from Janakpuri, I have also been to a very, very scenic, beautiful place called Pokhara. And I can't forget Pokhara, the time and spent over there. And also, you mentioned about visiting Annapurna in our previous episode. And I am very much interested, Kanchan, into two things. One is the outdoor stuff, but you know, I try to avoid the adventurous sports generally. But you know, the friends will pull always into this, and but I like to be in the natural landscape as much as possible. And this should also be clear from my long stay in South Africa, which is another natural beauty altogether. Adventure, yes, I am for the adventure, but mostly from a looking perspective. Okay. So I have enjoyed the Kathmandu, the Pokhara, the Janakpur, and the only place that I probably couldn't visit is Gautam Buddha's birthplace, that is Lumbini, and I wish to do that. And to tell all our viewers in this program, Lumbini is a part of a Buddha travel circuit. So a lot of South Asian, Asia Pacific and international tourists, they only come to the India and the Nepal side only to do Buddhism tourist circuit, and Lumbini, Sarnath in Varanasi, and some of Kapil Vastu. Some of these places are part of Gaya, Bodh Gaya, of course. So a lot of I mean, Nepal can claim of origin of Buddhism as well as along with the Hinduism. Another important point is that 8 out of 10 highest mountains are there in Nepal. So of course, Nepal becomes a very big hot spot for mountaineering and hiking, trekking, and mountain related sports. Apart from that, safaris, hot balloon, gliding, kayaking. I mean, as far as I understand, $470 million they earned in the last few every year only from the tourism. So tourism is a very, very important industry in Nepal. It brings in important foreign money into the country. And therefore, sometimes I also feel, Kanchan, that most of the Indians, especially from the central and the southern part of our country, have actually not seen such a beautiful and scenic place in Nepal. Rather than they fly to Thailand and some other places, and they will go and see that. So they must go and enjoy the beauty that is called Nepal.
So this is when you are planning to take us all to Nepal?
Well, I have just spoken to Manisha, and let's hope when the Koirala family invites me, I will take all of you.
Okay, it was really nice to talk to you always. So there are so many places in Nepal where we can spend our vacations, and hopefully this pandemic will be ending very soon. By maybe it is said that by the end of this year things will be more calm down. They will have vaccine and all other life will come. Life will not be as crazy as now. So before we end this discussion, I also want to tell to our viewers that there's a Regal Kathmandu Darbar Square also, which is very famous for the Nepalese architecture. So somebody who's going to Nepal must, I think most of the people go there and appreciate the architecture, which is solely Nepalese. So that is
That's right,
which I really wanted to discuss, and hopefully we all will enjoy this freedom from this pandemic and kind of mingle and intermingle with other people and relatives very soon. And of course, we'll be planning a trip to Nepal, right?
Yes, Kanchan.
Yeah.
Yes, Kanchan. And I think one of the desired things that I want to do, I want to touch the base camp of a Mount Everest. And Mount Everest is the biggest tourism attraction of Nepal. And it is not an easy trek. Of course, it's a once in a lifetime trek. It's also not easy to get to the mountaineering trekking in the Everest mountains. A lot of approvals are needed. And
why you worry when you will be waiting for Manisha Koirala's invitation? Okay, lighter. It's just lighter thing. Let's put it aside. Yes, you were talking something.
Yeah. So that is my wish. I want to go to the base camp of at least. I want to see the peak of Everest from the base camp. Of course, I don't want to dare to climb because I am not a professional mountaineer. And I have seen some amazing 3D and 4D kind of movies of Everest. But that's a place I want to do. Another important tourism factor, Kanchan, is something which has caught my attention in last few years from South Africa, and I realize Nepal also offers it, and that is called wilderness tourism. Wilderness tourism is when you go to a wilderness, absolutely there are no human settlements around, only in the natural landscape. You hear the mountains whispering, the water flowing, and then you do mountain biking, paragliding, trekking in all such places. That is becoming very, very popular. And I think why it is becoming popular is that because we are more and more living in a noisy world. We are living in noisy urban setups, and therefore people find time to go and have peace. We have all heard people in Japan go for forest bathing. They go to forest for getting a forest bathing. So that is something which is also of great interest of me, and I have been to Nepal in my formative teenage years. Maybe you have rekindled this thing again, and I would definitely find time to go to Nepal, and we will definitely see. Maybe we can go together. We can go do our retreat, an Akulmak retreat in the Himalayas.
Sure, sure. Why not? All the best. We look forward for this. So as usual, it is so good to talk to you, Sitesh. And we will meet tomorrow once again on a different, we'll talk about different topic. So till then, bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. All the best.
Bye.